colleague and friend of mine, Rabbi Evan Moffick, who is a rabbi in Chicago, and was asked on Shabbat afternoon to join an interfaith panel on Fox National News to discuss the tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut, which has really devastated all of us, those members of humanity. And he, at the end of the panel, was asked a very significant question in my mind. He was asked, according to Judaism, how do we respond vis-a-vis prayer at this time? What are the prayers that we turn to? And my colleague and friend is a very articulate person, very compassionate person, a very bright person. And I even noticed that it took him a moment to answer that question because it's a very difficult and, I think, significant question at the same time. The answer he gave was very meaningful. It was also timely. He said on Saturday, which was the second to last day of Hanukkah, he said that there is a prayer that we recite on Hanukkah for the miracles of days past, those that happened vis-a-vis Hanukkah, and for the miracles that happen today. And while this was a devastating tragedy, which seems far from anything but the antithesis of miraculous, we also know that how people responded, including some of the teachers, like Victoria Soto, who took a bullet for her students because she hid them and was in the way of the shooter. Those are some of the miracles, and we do thank God for ways in which we can act in the face of such tragedy. I was also thinking at the time, how would I answer that question if I were to be asked it? And I have two additional thoughts. The first is that I actually think about Misha Berach. We offer a prayer for healing. We always say of body and of spirit. I think our spirit is quite damaged at this time, and it is time for a Misha Berach, for the spirit of those who lost young and older ones, and the spirit of our entire North American continent, and again, humanity, who has endured such a loss. Finally, I think of prayers for peace. It seems a little unusual to pray for peace because that usually seems to be prayer in wartime or in other conflict. But peace, or shalom actually, comes from the root for shalem, for wholeness. And I think this act broke apart a sense of who we are at our best, and therefore we pray to be whole again. We pray for shalom, shalom. So on that note, we pray on behalf of really everything that is needed at this time to pray for. We pray to our God for strength and for healing and for shalom and for miracles.